Hello, my lovely friends. We're here once again for the Tarot Oracle reading for December 2022. So choose your row before we go any further. Choose 1, 2, or 3. Don't cheat and look at the chapters. Choose which one appeals to you. And then let's do this. Let's go straight for it. So here we go. Row 1. Right, row 1. I've got them turned the other way around so they don't show up straight away on the chapters. So let's have a look and see what's coming up for you for December, the influences. Remember, these are just influences, they're not set in stone. It's up to you how you deal with them. So we're using the conventional, we're using the clay pictorial. I don't know if you can see that, but that's I've had these for so many years now. It's all sellotaped out the box, but it's that tarot. I always use it. It's my favourite. It's got all my energy in it now. And the Lenormand Gilded Reverie, Lenormand for the other ones, and then the Rumi cards here, which are Alana Fairchild's Rumi cards. There you go. So we're starting off with the Knight of Pentacles, which is all about the physical and material, the practical world. The Knights are about action. It's a hardworking, responsible card. It's a realistic card in general. Sometimes we can be a little bit overcautious with this card as we're moving forward, and maybe it pays to be, because it's followed by the Seven of Pentacles here, and the Seven of Pentacles is sort of it's a cautionary thing. For me, it's always about trust, or it's about theft, something along those lines. Sevens typically are about experience, training, learning, and that kind of thing. But when it comes to the swords are about the mental side, the trust, the logic, the thought. So there's something here that's asking you to just keep your own counsel, keep things to yourself. So although things are moving forward here, it's almost asking you to be cautiously optimistic here, with the Knight of Pentacles followed by the Seven of Swords. So just be cautious in what you're doing, cautiously optimistic, cautious with your financial side as you're moving forward. There's almost a sense that you may avoid responsibility, whereas here we're almost being too responsible in a way. But actually, I would say with these three cards, because it's followed by the Ace of Pentacle, we're being asked to be cautious with a financial investment or with our money in December. That seems to be the influence, but not, I want to say, don't be overly cautious. Don't be overly cautious with it here, because when we look at the overall card, our focus is very much on what could be lost or what is lost, rather than what we've got. So the focus needs to shift there. So with the Ace of Pentacles, it's about new ideas, new concepts, new beginnings, new shifts in terms of that material, practical side. So I think something is shifting for you financially, and you're a little bit, oh, I don't know, this could go wrong and that could go wrong. And what you're being asked for in December 2022 is to say, well, actually your focus is a little bit wrong. It needs to shift. It needs to shift onto what could go right. Let's not come from a fear perspective, but let's come from a much more of a optimistic, what could go right, rather than dwelling on what could go wrong perspective. Okay, and when we look at these ones underneath, the Lenormand cards, the 10 for me is although it's swift, it's sharp, it's cutting, it's also about harvesting as well. So it's as if all your, oh, my cat's just come in, it's really about harvesting all the hard work from here that you've put in. So 10's for me about bringing in what you've worked hard to achieve, which I think is what's going on up here there. So it's gathering that wheat, gathering that harvest there. But it's also sharp, and it is also like the Knight of Pentacles there. It's a call to action. So you are being called to take action on the material front in some way. which could be financial, it could be other, more pragmatic things in the way that you live, but you are being called to action, you're being called to take action. And then it's followed up by the lilies, which is card 30, which typically is about longevity or about intimacy. It can be about sexuality and passion also as well here. There's an excitement around it, and yeah, there is that excitement. So up here it's saying maybe you're being too cautious, and here we're saying actually, yeah, maybe you need to be a bit more excited by it and a bit more, yeah, a bit more. Again, that sense of optimism coming in there rather than focusing too much on what could go wrong, which is up here, bringing that sense of excitement. Yeah, I don't think I can get anything more with that one there. Card 43 is the maze, and it is about, well, it's the labyrinth rather than the maze, but it is very much about you've done everything you can, and it's like, oh, where am I going next? So what's happening next? And we're looking at this card up here saying, well, actually there's a new beginning, there's a new shift coming in, and it's almost as if you're caught up in that old energy, and you need to be looking at, well, a new way of doing things, a new shift in your perspective here, as we've got over here. And it is about making your way really through a confusing maybe stream of events, or maybe you've gone through this trial and error place, and there's been a few sort of twists and turns to what's been happening there. But it seems that a choice here is on the horizon. And again, this card does echo, these are the overall cards, and this card does echo this card number 5 up here, is you have a choice to focus on what may have been lost or what may have been gained. So it's the same up here, you have a choice as to what you're focusing. With card 22, we have 2 doors, do we go this way, that way? Neither of which is going to fail, if you like, but it is a choice what you wish to do. Do I focus on this or do I focus on that? If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you focus on? Where would your focus go? If you knew that you couldn't fail, because failure is a subjective experience there. So, so there's a decision to be made and a perspective to be shifted there. I think this talks about perspective, and these two are about, yeah, maybe being overly cautious, and we need a bit more excitement and adventure in there with that. So shift your focus, I would say, is the overall message for December. And then we've got the human gift, which is card 17. I'm just going to get the book out for that one for Alana and see what the human gift says. Can you see that all right? I'm just going to bring that in there, which is the Rumi card. Card 17, I'm just flicking through the book to get it, and we'll see what jumps out for card 17. I won't read all of the paragraph because they are big amounts. So so this oracle comes with special guidance for you. You are or soon will be seeing with greater clarity and insight a situation that has been obscured to you in the past. You may be startled by what you perceive, so much so that you second guess yourself or chalk it up to wild imagination on your part. So here we are again, we're saying there's something that's going to come to light, and rather than focusing on it one way, which may be the way you have been focusing on it, maybe you can flip it on its side and focus on it in a different way. That is your choice. So you are asked to trust in your perceptions, that when they come from the heart, although what you perceive may be darkness, there will be no judgment in it. So again, we're going back to this overly cautious trust card here, trusting your own counsel there, keeping your own counsel there. So, and again, it is about, if there's a revelation that comes up in December, it's amazing how this card brings clarity to everything else. Then, chalk it up to experience. Chalk it up to experience, start again, shift your perspective. That's very much seems to be what the message is coming through for you, row number 1. See what is truthfully there. Be in the compassionate nature of your heart, and you should be shown the most graceful way to become clear and free of darkness, either within yourself or within others and the world around you. And that is the message from the Rumi card. And that's your overall message really for row 1. So whatever comes up, whatever revelations come up, whatever comes to light in December, try not to add any judgment to it. Come from the heart, see where this is coming from, see what the intention is behind maybe other people's behaviors or what's going on. Chalk it up to experience, and then maybe shift your perspective and start afresh here. Shift your perspective and start afresh. Thank you, row 1. Okay, row 2. Right, here we go. I've kept them turned over because so people don't jump straight to a chapter they like because it shows up on the YouTube channel. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. These look rather nice for December 2022. And we have this Rumi card here, which I'll come to in a moment. I'll just put that down there. So I'm using obviously the Rumi Oracle card. I'm using the Gilded Reverie for row 2 there underneath. And this old card here, Clave Victoria. You can see my box, it's all tarot. So straight away we jump to the Ten of Pentacles, and 10's obviously about completion, things that come full cycle. It's a lovely card. I love this card, the 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles about the physical material side of things. So we're very much more in a very sort of more secure sense with the 10 of Pentacles. So we feel something's come full cycle, something's come to completion here, and we're feeling pretty good about it with the 10 of Pentacles. So it can symbolize security, wealth. It's a very affluent card, really. It's just a lovely card. There's a happy family life there as well. So there's a sense of prosperity with it, whether it's emotional prosperity, spiritual prosperity, financial prosperity. It's Pentacles, so it tends to be more on the material front. And then that's followed by the Page of Wands. I love the Page of Wands. For me, I mean, pages are about new pathways open up, and wands are about the spirit, the excitement, the essence, trying to think, pages, new directions coming. It's a very creative sign, the Wands. But page of Wands for me is also about receiving news of some kind. So whenever I get the Page of Wands pulled out, there's some news coming for me, because it's a messenger card. There's either a news, maybe an email or something coming to you, or there's a new insight of some kind coming in for you, and it's confident. There's a fresh idea, because it's such a creative card. There's a fresh idea, something new coming in for you, something very creative there. Maybe you're taking a chance on something here with that. And then we're going on to the Four of Swords, and fours, they're about stability, sometimes stagnation as well, but also organization, that kind of things. But we're on the mental side here. We're on the mental side, which is the Swords, which is about thought, it's about trust, it's about logic. The Four of Swords is also about time out. You know, it could be about a hospital visit when you have the Four of Swords. You know, it's about rest, maybe taking some time out to think, to just retreat for a little while, to contemplate on something here. So I think it feels as if all this seems to be doing pretty well, but there's some news coming in that is making you think, contemplate, retreat in some way. This messenger or a new insight that's coming in that's making you feel a little bit standing back a little bit at the moment, a little bit sort of, maybe you're taking stock of everything. You know, this is for December, so maybe you're taking stock of the whole year and thinking, well, which is the way forward? Which way do I need to go forward in the future in 2023? Where am I going exactly? And maybe there's some preparation going on. So it feels like you've had a pretty good year materially, And we're taking time out, maybe with some creativity now, to think, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And the overall card, which is, I love this card, which is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about intuition. She's all about uh, mystery and learning, higher learning. She's also about secrets and hidden feelings there, and that potential that's there, the unconscious stuff that's going on in the unconscious there. So mysterious influences and maybe development of our higher self. So it's as if we've reached a point at a material level here, and we're looking for some fresh perspective, is my feeling here. We'll get clarity when we bring in all the other cards, but that's what I'm taking from the top three there. And we're having some time to maybe prepare, or some time out to contemplate, think, where do I want to go? Where do I want to be? What do I want to do in 2023? And this is what this card is saying overall is all about. You're going to see behind maybe what's there in your face. You're looking behind it, you're looking further, you're looking more deeply at a spiritual level, trusting in your intuition. Where is this leading me? What do I want to get out of 2023? Where do I want to go? So fabulous set of cards. And then we move on to the Normand cards, and we got the maze, and the maze came up actually on row 1 as well. So the maze is about you've had ups and downs, twists and turns, the maze, the labyrinth, twists and turns. It's almost as if you've got as far as you can go, but where do I want to go after that? So looking at it and using the top level of cards here, it's like, I've achieved what I set out to achieve, but where do I go next? Where do I go next, and who with? So it's almost as if there's a puzzle or problem to solve, and we need that sense of contemplation up here to solve it. So we're looking at also maybe getting other people's help to get to where we need to get. The thing about this card, this labyrinth here, is that all of the faces are above. They're above the hedges, as you can see. Let me just bring it closer so you can see. So they're all above the hedges, and it's kind of a case, and there's the lady in the middle, which maybe is where you want to get to. And everyone can see, if they look in the right direction, they can see where the middle is, where they want to get to, and it's surrounded by doves. And there she is in this golden shelter surrounded by doves. But it's almost as if not one of them is looking in that direction. So they're going round and round the labyrinth, not seeing what all they need to do is turn their head and look in the right direction. They will get to that golden shelter where there's peace and doves and just genuine loveliness there. So I feel that it's right there in front of you, whatever it is that you're looking for in December, and you just have to turn your head and look at it to get what you're looking for. And that's followed by the tulips, which is card 9. And the tulips is this beautiful gift that's coming your way, which can also be gifted by this messenger card here, the Page of Wands. So because it's tulips, it's quite often it goes back to something that is highly valued back in the Victorian era, which the tulips were. And so there's a valuable gift to be received here, which is really what the messenger is saying. There's a new insight here. So if it's not a message by email or whatever, it may well be for you, there's a valuable insight to be gained, a valuable gift that is coming your way. And it's followed by card 33, that beautiful Christ energy card, which is the key to the cage to open up the rose, the beautiful red rose, which is in the middle. Such a beautiful card. So there's some new insight or something coming in, maybe on a romantic, maybe it's someone coming in on a romantic level that's going to open up the cage. It's going to give you the golden key to open up the cage for this beautiful red rose. So there's a discovery, there's a solution, and it feels like you have to shift your perspective, pull back a bit, retreat, have some time out, contemplate in order to get this, and this is the influence of the High Priestess and this card again, to get the golden key to open up the gate. So it's very metaphoric there. So it not only unlocks this cage here, which is freeing the rose, but there's also the sense, the thing about the cage is there's a security with it when you got the key. It may even be that you're moving home in December if you've been waiting for that, because there's this golden key that's come up as well. So this is a card of liberation, freedom. So this bird palace that had become a prison is now open with the golden key, and in it is this beautiful red rose symbolizing mystery. A mystery that unfolds as you unlock it, which is the High Priestess again. I love how these cards tie together. So there is something of a new insight, a higher learning going on for you, row 2, in December, that you are unlocking, and it's a real gift. It's a real insight and a messenger from the gods, so to speak. And then we have the overall card here. These are overall cards for December. And we have the polar bear, which is beautiful. It can often symbolize Russia, the polar bear, the mother Russia. But it's also about power. It's about strength. It's about health and protection. So it's an indomitable strength, force to be reckoned with, the dignity, an authority figure. It can be a protective mother energy. So it's a very, very, very strong card, because the polar bear is the strength. She's the real strength there. So there's someone there that's in position of power. Can be power in a business sense as well. Someone very powerful in business. So it could be you, row number 2, or it could be someone that you're dealing with. But it has a very strong, powerful, and deeply transformative November for you. Some new insights coming in. And the Rumi card that comes with it is card 27, which is the angel Razbar. The angel Razbar. And I won't read everything that Alana's written, but I will just pull out the key bits here for this. So you are being empowered to serve, to assist, to offer a genuine spiritual contribution to this planet, to become a sacred hand at work for the will of heaven. But it's not easy for you to do. Perhaps you look at the world, even your chosen field of endeavour, and already you hear so many voices speaking. And you may wonder if your own contribution would simply add noise to a cacophony. You may wonder if you really can help, if you have anything genuine to add, or if there's just too much noise anyway. So you may hesitate and become fearful, but do not despair, my beloved. It is part of your divine destiny to add something of great value to the world. This is the tulips, adding great value to the world. This new insight coming in is adding great value to the world. Look at the key unlocking the cage. So you're being guided deeper into your life purpose and divine destiny. Okay, like a maturing adult who is ready to take on the mantle of a greater responsibility, your soul is stepping up. You are going through a process of assuming more spiritual responsibility for the honest and empowered expression of your own essence. And through that, your healing presence in the world is increasing. And this is the High Priest energy at work here. And that lovely, we said this was mother energy, but it's also that, it's got that, although it's not the Venus card in the pack, it's got that lovely, strong, that strength and that mother energy that comes with it. So you're going to be more visible. You're stepping up, moving more forward onto your pathway now. It's appropriate. And the whole point of this card is to bring you reassurance that you are making progress and you are on the right pathway. So although it may not unfold exactly as you anticipate, you are asked to continue. So that's very much the High Priestess card, and it really brings everything together in that reading. So there you are, row 2. Wishing you a lovely December. Okay, row 3, here we are. Drum roll, please. So we had the World card, the 6 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the overall card of the 9 of Cups. And these are coming in my scruffy pack here, the Clay Victorial Key Tarot. I've had these for years, and they got all my energy in them because I use them so much. And then in the Lenormand pack, which is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand, we have this gorgeous man, like him, the Tower, the House, and overall, the Mice, 23. And the Rumi card is Sacred Union. Okay, I'll come to that in a moment. So let's look first of all at these cards. So we've got the World card coming up first of all. Card 21 in the Major Arcana. So it's the last of the Major Arcana, and it's about harmony and about balance and fulfillment. It's about all the elements coming together in the World card. There's a sense of completion. There's a sense of a new chapter starting. So it's as if you've gone through, it's been quite a year, hasn't it, row 3? And you're in the last month of the calendar year now, and we're looking at things starting to come together finally, this sense of all 4 corners there being reached. There's also travel in with this card as well, so I feel there'll be lots of travel. If you're planning to travel, that's a good card to pull out. But there's this also sense when we have the World card coming out, there's a sense of fulfillment, as I say, full cycle, and maybe a solution that you've been waiting for finally happening. And this sense of travel can be mental or actual on the physical level as well. Great card to start the reading with. And then we move on to the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups for me is always like a past life card for me. That's just the way that I read it. For me, there's a past life connection with the 6 of Cups. But there's an innocence, this naivety with it. This lovely little boy handing a cup with flowers in it to this young woman or girl here. So there's this sense of acknowledging the inner child very often. I mean, 6s can be about perseverance. They can be about overcoming obstacles and moving forward. And I'll come to the other line in a moment, but we'll just look at the tarot at the moment. So this is sense of nostalgia that comes in with this as well. This is why I say it's often a past life card for me, a past life connection with something or someone. But certainly there's this inner childness going on, this playfulness coming in, this innocence and almost naivety, but it's very beautiful, this sentimentality with this card there, and a sense of sharing going on here. So following this World card, there's this lovely playfulness coming in really for you. So it may be that you've overcome all these obstacles, and there's this much more carefree feeling starting to come in for you in December, which is very nice indeed. It's what we want. And then we move on to the 2 wands. And the twos are about decisions, they're about choices. Wands are about, again, the spirit, the excitement, the essence that we have. So there's a sense of achievement, a sense of courage that comes with it. It's looking outward to your worldly desires. He has this world in his hands, but he's still holding on to something here. So he still hasn't made his decision. He's still holding on to this staff here and then looking out, considering. Is he looking forwards? Is he being a little bit inventive and different? Is he embracing new ideas and moving forward? There's choices to be made here with this. So there's a real sense of expanding your perspective, I would say, looking at all 3 there, because we've got the World card here. We're looking outwardly more. We've got that inner child playfulness coming in, and there's this sense here of looking further ahead rather than looking back with a nostalgic sentimentality here, but instead looking outwardly, looking forward, looking to what's coming in next. There's a sense of excitement with this row 3, it just feels like, I feel excited about the energy with this. I feel excited about what's coming forward, about where I'm going and what's going to be coming up for me. it all feels very positive looking at those cards together. And then we have the Nine of Cups, and nines are about, again, progression and milestones with the Nine of Cups. We have to be careful with the Nine of Cups that we don't get arrogant with it or smug with it. But basically, it is about wishes. For me, many people call this the wish card. I don't. I call the Ten of Cups the wish card. For me, the Ten of Cups is full cycle completion, and everything's exactly as you wanted. You've got children playing, you've got rainbows. You're in this couple. Everything looks glorious for the Ten of Cups. But this to me, many call this a wish card, and that's fine, because there is this sense of, there he is with his shiny new boots, and he's got all his cups lined up, and he's looking pretty pleased with himself. And that's the danger, that we get a little bit too complacent here with that, or a little bit too self-indulgent. So it's just much more, because this is a positive row here. I would say this is about counting your blessings, having that gratitude, enjoying the simple pleasures of life as well. With this card, so it ties in nicely with the Six of Cups here. Enjoying the simple pleasures, bringing in that playfulness, looking forward to what's coming. That's the top row 3. Let's have a look at Lenormand and see if that actually ties in with that. So here we have this beautiful romantic man, and he's sitting there patiently waiting with a rose in his hand. And it could be that you've been waiting for someone to come in here, and there's this tower that's behind it, but there's this sense of waiting in a tower, like Rapunzel, I want to say, like waiting for that connection. This one here, waiting for that past life connection, or waiting for that person to come in. I feel a sense of isolation almost here with this tower, as you're waiting for him to step up to the mark, or her to step up for the mark, if you're waiting for somebody to come in. But there's this man here, and the window's coming through the light, and it speaks of being patient here, patiently waiting here. But don't give up hope. Don't give up hope, because it is all coming in. It feels like I'm Rapunzel in the tower, and I've been up there for ages waiting for my prince to rescue me. Very idealistic, very nursery rhyme, I know, but it's the metaphorical side to that. Something in the masculine, whether it's a person in the masculine or a job even in the masculine, that you've been waiting for, and you felt isolated. You just be patient. It's all coming. It's all coming. So this is about quiet endurance. This is about quiet patience. And it feels like, I've been in the tower for so long. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, isolated almost for so long. It's coming in. It's coming in. Patient. Just be patient a little bit longer. We've got the World card here, which is saying all elements are coming together. Look forward. It is all coming in. But also, this is also about governments and institutions and organizations. It can also be about boundaries and restrictions as well, being the tower. So it could be that you're waiting for something to come in to do with something official from an institution or a government, even a hospital or something like that. And you've been waiting patiently, maybe for an appointment there. It's all coming in. It's all about to happen. Okay. We have the 4, which is the house. And the house is very rooted. It's a very old, gnarly, rooted house there. But the gate is open. If you look closely at the picture, the gate is actually open in the picture. So it's about, homes bring us stability. They bring us comfort. They bring us a base, that sense of security, that sanctuary that we're looking for. So although that could be a sanctuary, it's much more about tying in with this need to be patient here. But here we got this sense of sanctuary here, this place that has roots, and it's solid. And I'm trying to think what else I can say about that. There's something opening up for you here, because the gate is open, and if you look in the door there, there's this it's almost like a smiley face. It's actually 2 doorknobs on the door with a chain between them, but it looks like a smiley face to me. So it just feels this sense of sanctuary And that sense that if you've been waiting for something to happen so that you feel a little bit more secure about things, it's coming, it's happening, okay? It's happening. And then we have the overall card, which is 23, which is the mice. So it's the mice are gnawing through something. So something you've been working through. There's something niggly that you've been working through, and it's almost been like, oh, you know, something's bothering me, or I've been working at this for ages, I'm nearly there. And it can be something that may have caused you stress and anxiety, but you're there. It's just that you've had to wait for something, and it's just so nearly there. I mean, this card is saying, this top row here is saying we're there, we have everything. This row is saying almost, you see how the mouse has nearly gnawed through that piece of cloth. It's almost there, almost there. Anything else with that? Yeah, there's something about finances as well, because this can also be something that may have been draining your finances here, and we've got something there with government, I would say, in that respect, to do with receiving support for the home, maybe even the heating, because of everything that's going on there with energy bills. But it feels like it's all coming together and that support is coming in. So let's just have a look and see what the Rumi card says to pull it all together. This is card 19, which is taken from Alana Fairchild Rumi Oracle. So chart 19, I'm just going to flick through the book quickly to see what the card is saying. So it says, no matter what has been, what has succeeded and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost, there is only one truth that will prevail in your life, without failure, without exception, and that is love. So if it is all you are truly seeking, it's all any of us are truly seeking, and it is behind every experience seeking you. Do not stand back from it. Do not put yourself aside. Turn down your eyes and pretend you cannot be seen by the world. Be bold and claim that love there. So the confirmation this oracle has given you is a sign of that which is to come, which is sacred union. And also as a confirmation of your spiritual journey thus far. You have been working to integrate masculine and feminine energies within. Perhaps you've not used those words, perhaps, but you've been attempting to find the balance between living a surrendered life and leading from the heart, and then knowing when to take the initiative to set something in motion, when to put your body, mind, and soul into getting your shoulder behind something to push. You've been working hard to surrender attachment to plans and how you think things should go. So your confirmation is that you are growing, you are evolving, you are making genuine shifts in consciousness that are allowing you to change the way you are in the world, to become freer, more loving, wilder, and more divine. So that's your confirmation, and that really kind of brings all these in together. So we're nearly there with the shift. The patience that you've had to take, it's felt very isolating here, but it's all about bringing that inner security within yourself, that I am enough, I am enough. So all the elements are coming together with the World card. We want more playfulness in, because playfulness is close to the spirit. And we have every excitement, every reason to look forward to what is to come. And I'm feeling pretty damn good about everything there. And that is that sacred union number 3. Have an amazing December 2022, and wishing you a most joyful year ahead.